Happy Mother's Day!
Mama, you know I love you. Joe crying. He hates when I sing that song. Welcome to the Bible study. Listen, guys, welcome to the Bible Study Girl podcast. This is Sarita, the first voice that you heard. Oh, you may know me as Bible Study Girl. I forgot that little tidbit. The first voice that you heard shouting out Happy Mother's Day was the voice of the executive producer of this here podcast, Bible Study Brother.
It is I, Bible Study Brother, but I'm also known as Icarus Gray over at Gray Area Anime. But this is the most wonderful podcast of your day. Oh, Gray Matter.
New album is
May
coming
12th.
out this week.
It's coming out this week. It's like, man, I have a amazing show that I'm doing an album release concert in my new home of Tacoma, Washington. And it's also technically like a pseudo birthday gift for my sister because she's on the album, man.
I'm on the album. Wiki. And my birthday is in 2 days. Fun times.
Oh yeah, from releases, yeah.
Yeah, for the listeners, not us.
My brain went, no, I know. Man, happy Mother's Day, man.
To me?
No, not to you.
Okay, to everybody.
Just saying happy Mother's Day.
You know why? Because it's the Mother's Day episode. We're so super excited. I decided to sing a little bit of that Boys to Men song for you guys at the top. It makes my brother well up every time.
Okay, guys, listen. Since you're gonna do this, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell the story. So anyway, my parentals at the time, this is very early in their divorce time. I am a musical person, but I am also, because of my sister, at times an overly repeated listener. Meaning,
oh honey,
my sister will put something on repeat and just let it run because that's her style. Like, and we'll listen to it 30, 40 times. Like, if streaming was a thing back in our day, my sister would have contributed to millions of streams for folks.
Oh, man. I would have had some people going through the roof.
Through the roof.
Especially when I was going
through the roof. So there was this one day, everything was going crazy. My mom had to get out of the house, and I was like, what is going on? She wasn't like, hey, let's go. She was like, I need to go. And I'm like, huh? And so I took it upon myself at that time. Emotional teenage kid, 17, maybe 16.
No, you were 17, 18.
So I know, well, finalized 18, but 17, maybe 16. Oh, no, 17. Yeah.
You were 17 for sure.
I'm sitting in our front room or at front den, and I'm at the computer, and like I just started listening to Song for Mama by Boys to Men.
I've never heard this story before. This is fascinating.
Had it on repeat.
Well, that makes so much more sense now. I understand it's emotionally tied to that memory.
Oh yeah.
So now I understand.
Oh yeah, and I'm sitting there I'm singing as my heart out, crying like, I want my mama. Like, I'm 17, bro. Like, I'm thinking like she just gone. Like, she finna be gone.
And you were singing your heart out 6 years ago as you danced with Mama to the song. Mama, both of y'all.
No, just me. She wasn't. She literally had her stone face. It was too much going on for her to not. She did not cry. I saw. No, she was as stone-faced as possible, to where I'm like, do you even emote anymore, woman? Like, while I'm around, man, this is crazy.
Mama, I love you.
Yeah.
Were you singing it to her while y'all were dancing?
I couldn't sing. I just started crying. I tried to tell her how much I appreciated her and stuff.
So you were talking to her.
I tried. I tried, and then I just started crying. Like, I couldn't keep any of that in because my mama is my mama, man. Like, for all of her quirks, yeah, there we go. That's my road dog, man. Like, my road mom, aka you, was always with me, but my mom, the one who giveth birth to me, was always there and always like quietly supporting or loudly supporting or in her quirky way supporting, which is
or aggressively supporting. Like, let me tell you what you're not gonna do to my kids.
Oh, well, see, that's aggressively protecting. Like that's she. Who?
Mama is a mama bear.
She is big mama bear energy of like.
She has claws.
You know what's funny is it's the only time because when mom came around or when I came around, my mother had made a very strong change. Like she was a new creature in God when I came around.
She was a new creature in God by the time you recognized like patterns and stuff. You were young. I would say you were probably around 5 when she like went all in to like Jesus is my everything. You know, we always went to church, but there was a transformation and a renewal in her probably around the time that you were 5. And I'm gonna tell a story about the transformation and renewal. I actually told this story to Krista. We went out to eat, and when I say she was hysterically laughing, and she messaged me later that night, she was like, "I think this. I'm literally still laughing."
Tell it. Go ahead. Can you get through it?
I can.
Okay, so let's
see. Like I said, he was probably about 5 when mama really like was like, you know what? I need to change some behaviors, some ways I have. I'm fully vested, fully invested. And we said before on the podcast, typically in summertime, we would go on a vacation with our mom and our grandma. And so this year, grandma decided we were going to Vegas. And we're driving to Vegas, like, baby. And mom is a big music lover. I'm a big music lover. Like Joe was saying earlier, he's a big music lover. And so
sorry for this.
Mama had, I know y'all don't remember this, and I wish I had taken a picture of it, but we had cassette tapes back then. And she had a huge box.
It was blue.
Just blue, right. Huge blue box full of cassette tapes and lots of different music in there. Well, with the conversion, these tapes are becoming more and more gospel, you know, not a whole lot of worldly, it's more and more gospel. So we're driving to Vegas because that's how we did vacations. We would take a road trip. And this was a longer vacation because we weren't in a rush to get there. We weren't in a rush to get back. So we got to visit many different places along the way. The fact of the matter is, though, we're driving from Little Rock to Vegas. So, you know, this is days. It's not just one day. Again, I'm going to keep emphasizing my mama she loves the Lord and she is his servant. And so on this trip, we are listening to gospel music. I don't know at what point it happened. Y'all, Bible study brother.
I was gonna tell the story, but I can tell you where we were. It was on the way back. It wasn't like at the beginning that it got me. It was on the way back because we was technically home. Because I remember being by university. Like I literally remember where we were because of how. Go ahead. I'll speak my piece after.
Bible study brother loses it. He flips. And he was like,
I can't hear you. Like that thing, you was too loud. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. He was like, how much more of this are you going to play? I can't take it anymore. He had would I say emotional breakdown? He was like having a tantrum. And I thought to myself, your son might be possessed, lady.
So this is like my earliest memory of when my mother and sister are the most emotionally numb and don't give two craps about anybody else's emotions. Because when my sister led in with that, whatever possession that she felt was taking over me, it's increased. Because now I know you're taunting me. and I am yelling and screaming to the top of my lungs, like, just please play something else. Like, play something that is not like, you're doing this to torment me. Like, you're not doing this for any other reason. Like,
but you know she wasn't doing it to torment you. That's just where she was.
No. Again, you were there. You're tormenting me because I ain't there yet. You tormenting me. Like, we ain't there yet.
Mama was tormenting you.
Well, I'm 5, bro. Like, we ain't did a wheels on a bus or nothing. We ain't did nothing that is in my brain. Like, all you're doing is songs that I like only hear one day out of the week or whatever the case may be. And it wasn't it's not like, and it wasn't 90s. Like, y'all got to understand, it wasn't like, do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. Like, no, it wasn't. This ain't what I'm getting to listen to, bro. It's the slow, like, you're literally trying to have praise and worship for over 24 hours for a 5-year-old that ain't nowhere near like saved right now. And I am like, I'm telling you, I'm screaming so loud, top of my lungs. Like,
it was like,
just stop. Like, and this is during the time where I can still like hit the high pitched screams, like that when dudes find that out, because they can scream like girls do and hit that. You can't do it no more because it's like I'm like screaming because I'm like so sick of this. And then they just start tag teaming we don't care, and therefore I'm not no quitter. Oh no, if you gonna start like acting like you don't care, well, we gonna keep going until I just tire out. Like, and if nothing else, your ears gonna hurt or whatever. You gonna feel every piece of this.
So what does that mean? It means that our mother really loves the Lord. She persevered, baby.
Just kept going. Didn't stop.
She did not. She didn't quit. There's no quit in my mama.
So let me connect that story to show just how, and I would have never known there was a different mother at all. So it's not like we never listened to any other music. So there was another time where we're riding around. I'm a little bit older, and we played some rap song or something was on the radio. We would listen to the radio. The other thing was I hardly ever really got to listen to regular radio if she was in the car. Yeah. Like, I had to force my way in to get anything else. I'm like, bro, you doing the most. Like, it really was not until Kirk Franklin, and praise be to God for Fred Hammond, that I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, shout out to Commissioned and everything else that like gave me the gospel music that hit my soul that I could hear, versus feeling like, oh my God, this song has lasted 10 hours is what I felt. Right. So we're riding around Roosevelt, and I don't remember what was playing, but because my mama is so she green as can possibly be in terms of hip stuff. I'm not saying my mama not cool. She does do cool things.
Does she?
She does.
My mama is cool.
She does. She's bougie cool. She does some cool things.
And don't start the bougie conversation.
She goes, well, one of these days we'll have that on this podcast. I'm gonna let the folks vote. So she goes, I don't want to hear all this sex on a building and shooting your mama music. To which the three of us in the car, my sister and my father, would then like, do what now? This what? Which then prompted the musical feelings within me and my sister, because I don't know how much my dad was involved in any sort of rhythmic anything, to go.
No, but he sang along. I
honestly did.
Thought he was the origin of the song. He is who I think of when I think of that song. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the song, guys. So we're like, that is not a single song in the way, at least not songs I was listening to. But we was like, sex on the building and shoot your mama.
Your mama.
Hey! And we never let her live that down, because it was the most random combination of who are you listening to that we had ever heard in life. And like, to this day, I'm probably gonna call her later just singing that song. But it was like I just started to believe until like I said, around that Kirk Franklin time where we were like switching over from cassettes to CDs, and we had other cassettes. It's just there was like a short amount of time where she would let us listen to anything other than gospel. I just now realized like I'm Kev on stage and he is me. And I'm surprised that I know a lot of the other music that I do know. Because you would not have guessed it for a long time until we just started to be able to like buy CDs, and my father bought a lot of them CDs, I'm sure. But we had like the big tape case full of tapes. Then we had a big 2 or 3 things full of CDs. Like, and then she started collecting her WoW CDs. Like, my mama is like, WoW is probably on like WoW 67 right now, but we were in the first release.
Yeah.
WoW 1, WoW 2.
WoW.
She would buy it every year. If me and Sarita saw one, me and BSG saw one, we would be like, that's her gift. That's what we getting her for whatever. We signed, sealed, delivered. Got it.
It's yours.
But yeah, so we just had these moments, and I'm mad you told this story now because I was about to tell it in my. Well,
I'm glad
way.
I took it from you. I'm glad I took it from you.
I didn't know you were just out here sharing my torment with others.
Well, because it's hilarious. It is hilarious.
For the
I have to tell it in person. Yes. You have to see me become him. It's just, it's amazing. Anyway, I have so many things I'm thankful for when it comes to mom. I think I had a lot of reflection this past weekend. Just life hasn't been perfect for us, but I think she provided a very solid foundation for a childhood. Like, it just was great. It really was.
We went to Vegas in the station wagon, yeah?
Of course. I love that station wagon.
Listen, experiences provided. My sister and I had a fort and blankets, and we were small. We were so tiny.
Yeah, we were small back then. And we talked about riding in the station wagon when you came down, didn't we? I feel like we've had this discussion about the station wagon recently. Like,
yeah, I think we invited her in and was like, best thing ever.
Right. Why did you get rid of it? We love getting in the back.
Oh, yeah, we did ask her, like, what I was so mad, bro. We were like, that was early morning, like, before you get to school. It's only 5 minutes or whatever to 5-10 minutes to get to the school, no matter which way you going, no matter who you dropping off. But we could get a little nap in, and it would be amazing. Like,
well, you could get a little nap in. I was, I'm a morning person, so I was up and ready.
Yeah,
my friend were like,
I'm out, bro. Like,
this is for the birds.
I'd be like, are we getting Chris sandwiches? Are we not? Back to sleep then. Like, ain't nothing to do here. Like, ain't nothing for me to do. But she made sure that we got to like experience like life is the real reason. Like any bougie claims, and I'm not the most bougie in my family. I'm just let y'all know that now. If there are any claims or any arguments, they were created from from these trips and things.
Yeah, I think Mama was very intentional about making sure we saw the world outside of Arkansas, outside of Little Rock, just exposing us to different things and making sure that we had new fun experiences and even taking us to different places in the state. I remember her taking us to Blanchard Caverns, just like, okay, weekend adventure. Let's go.
More traumatic experiences.
That was traumatic for you?
Girl, listen. So, when we got to that one part where it is like blackness and it's like, I can't remember, like you can feel like the top of the cave because it's not like we were like deep down in water and stuff. Like, I don't remember if we had to wear certain kind of shoes or anything like that.
No, we just had regular clothes on. Do you want me to add a picture of us from Blanchard Caverns to this?
Oh, yeah. Because
I have one. You're not going to like it. But I'm going to put it up there. Fine. I look a mess. Mama, you can tell. We all. Thank God for glow ups. Go ahead. I will post it though.
But we like, man, this is not like I was so scared because it's just like it was like pitch black. You couldn't see nothing for at
Well, they turn the
least
light off in the cavern and then they turn it back on. They turn it off
yeah,
just to show you how dark it would be if they didn't have all the lights and
bruh. They
stuff.
left them out and we walked for a little bit. Is how I remember it because I was small enough that everything felt like forever. So that was a little traumatic. But then the actual traumatic part is riding with our mother is like riding with let's say you were about to get on a plane, right? And as you're getting on the plane, like you look and you see like a screw or something just fall out. You don't know what the screw goes to, but there's a certain level of unsafety that you now feel. That is riding with my mother. So we get
I don't
the
know that I felt that uncertainty though as
no.
a younger
Hold
person.
on. These were the times where we would though, Ree. So we get out of Blanchard Gavins, we're getting ready to drive back home, and as we're driving, there are some deer, and you can see the deer off to the distance. I think we saw, and then I remember saying to her, and I feel like we both said, like, "How are you seeing the deer? Look at the road. Look at the
I think
road."
that's for me, that's been a more recent experience. I don't remember, I don't connect that to
What?
Blanchard Caverns. I'm saying it's been like since I've been grown and driving. Like I don't like riding with her, but I don't connect it to being a kid.
Oh no, I connected with being a kid. I just connect. She would do all this stuff because the deer thing happened on many occasion coming back from grandma's house. And the first time it was just like it was late, it was dark, and she would be like, "Do y'all see the deers? What deer? And how are you seeing the deer, ma'am?" Oh, look, we got a different
No,
experience. So I have always been slightly terrified. The only person I am not terrified riding with most times is you.
really. I'm terrified of riding with grandma. Now that has followed me through the years. She's the real ringtail tutor.
That's a new
Ride
one.
with
That's a new
no, no,
one for
no.
me.
Ride with her the next time you come home, and you'll be like, I get it.
No, I get it because I have ridden with her in an adult age, but like it was more fun when I was younger because we would drive up and down Roosevelt and like she used to have this car that the suspension wasn't great. So
Mhm.
we would be going on these dips
Bouncy,
and my aunt would be
bouncy.
like, wee, wee, as we're going up and down these hills or whatever. And you know, I just remember like it's well, the thing about my mom that's like so crazy is that it's just so much joy, and it's like her service and servitude has like given us so many opportunities, has like given us extended family beyond belief.
That's
Like
true.
it's
She has an
really
amazing
weird.
network.
It's so weird. And it's all like in different facets of everything. Thank you all for your prayers and your concerns about our surgery. Trust and believe that if I was home, these things would not have been needed because I would have had my mama. And I never worried about anything back home in terms of like medical anything because I know she know everybody. And if she don't know the
Yeah.
person that I'm doing with, she knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, just to kind of steer us in the right direction and
Yeah.
where we need to be going to get help. So been she's done an amazing job taking care of me, especially this year. I know it was a lot on her trying to make sure, I'm doing what I need to do. And I would try to sneak off to the doctor without her, and she would be like,
Oh, she said she'd be like, when we going? We going to the doctor? When you want me to pick you up on Wednesday
right,
for our doctor's appointment? You'd be like,
like,
our doctor's appointment? What are you talking
yep.
about? And I was like, I don't even know why you thought you was going by yourself. So one of the
um,
funniest. Oh, go ahead.
Um, she's just supportive, and I'm grateful for mom because I know that's not necessarily everybody's experience with their mom. She's a nurturer, and she does believe in caring for people, but it's not just outside people. Like I know she loves us dearly,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll do anything for us, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that I've gotten to spend so much time with her lately. We've just been joined at the hip and having all of our adventures, and Bible study brother gets so jealous
I
when
only get jealous because like y'all had already started spending time together, but after the biggest fight we've ever had in life, y'all was always together in some
not
way.
true.
Not for like the first couple, because you was still mad
I was mad at
everybody. But I'm saying like as it got closer to the wedding date, like y'all had started, y'all would go out and eat, or she would go, and check on you and try not like she's doing that mama playing both sides thing.
Right.
Where it's like you can get information out of her if you know how to ask the right questions. And that's when I started getting jealous because I was like, I'm new to like I ain't never lived outside the home with y'all.
Well, this
by
is
myself.
True. You were part of the trio, and now
then it was like
you started your own duo.
It was like y'all went out to eat, and I'm like, okay. So
you
it got to the point.
Mad. I'm like, Joe, you got a whole wife.
Now the other thing that they would have to do though, because I had to learn this as a husband and grow. So I praise be to growth. So I would just go
without her.
Oh, a lot of times
when I left your wife,
and I came with y'all, like y'all would be like, and because even though I knew this is my wife, I didn't feel comfortable being like, I'm like, I know that she'll get me something to eat, but will she get us both something to eat?
Y'all are one.
I don't know. And so I'd be like,
I don't remember you leaving your wife, and I don't remember Mama being okay.
Y'all would always ask. I'm not saying like, but I would just either be like, she's fine. She ate.
So you didn't invite her?
Oh, so many times. I just go. Like y'all said y'all was going. Because I'm like, I don't know what she out here doing. Wait, she's out here enjoying life.
Wait, you are trash. And what that lady screamed
you know what? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We can't talk about that on the podcast, man. You crazy. I can't tell this story. I'll tell y'all in public. Hilarious. If y'all see me out somewhere, I'll tell y'all in public.
Right. That's definitely an inside joke. But Mama gonna get you when she hears this.
Oh man. She would know because it wasn't like I would still have to, because y'all would always do the check-in. And it was like, do she want da 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 da? And then like, I got better. Then I would just start calling because that was the only like way that I could show like, okay, she's fine. She said she's good, But yeah, so it was just like this because we were so inseparable for so long that it's like mom really is a firm foundation of knowing the Lord and like following the Lord and like just being joyous. So we'll end on this to her and then we'll just give her thank yous and things of that nature. But do you have, and I asked this, I think on one of the other episodes, but there are a million stories. What is a funny mama story that you got for the people?
I wish you had asked me this before we started recording, so I'll have time to
You want me to go first?
Mama stories. Yeah, you go first, and I'll think.
Okay, so I probably have already told y'all this, but it's funny every time, and I'm gonna tell it again for those of you who may not have heard it. So there was a time where, well, there's still a time. My mama is no oh God, what does he say? God is no keeper of what? Or a respecter of
he's not a respecter of person.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. My mother is not a respecter of bathrooms, meaning she goes wherever she can go.
This is true.
And so the funniest things that used to be in my young life were when we would go out to eat, every time we would go out to eat, she would have to go to the bathroom. So she would then go to the bathroom. And my funniest pastimes would then be watching people go in and come out of the bathroom.
Your mom is going to get you.
And I would be dying laughing. Hopefully, I can get her on here to tell the Target story.
Your mom
she may or may not do it, but I hope she does.
That's how you chose to honor your mom.
Oh, it's funny. I said the funniest story. I'm going to honor her after this, but I got to tell this funny story first. And so the secondary portion of the restaurant thing is me and my sister, because we have always had the gift of gab, the gift of good comedic timing. I would not say that we are comedians. I've said that for 2 things in a row now. But we can make you laugh. I promise you that. So we would always have something happen to where we would make her laugh, and she would start laughing, y'all, and she would turn red as a radish, red as a beet, and we would just continue to pile on. And it just would happen once a time when we would go out to eat when we were like younger, because then after that, like, we just kind of left her alone. But we all have these funny triggers that she has that will always make her laugh. But seeing her laugh was just so fun to me. It was like, oh my God, what is going to cause her to laugh today? And it will be the most random of things. And it just made eating fun to like just experience, like, because my mama was just herself. And that's why, like, I know it's a funny, is she gonna kill me for that story? But that's why it was so memorable to me, because she just being herself. I can't do that. Like, listen, we would go on trips, and I'm pretty sure even on that Vegas trip, there were not a lot of times where I used the bathroom. Like, outside of like a quick little pit stop, because I am gun shy to the world for all gas station, like, quality bathroom got to be high for me. But yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm a thinker. I don't have a spontaneous funny story I can tell you right now. I have to think and meditate on things. She's funny to me. We've had lots and lots of funny moments and lots of times that we laugh. I do know that I like to poke fun of her a lot.
All the time.
But I just cannot think of any specific funny
I can't tell
story.
y'all all of the story, but just know that when I was in college, this is how much my sister likes to make fun of my mama. I would have never known that this traumatic experience happened to my mother if not for my sister calling and telling me. And then I had to call my mama and mess with her about the story.
Typically, if mama does something that's funny, I will tell him, and she gets mad. Actually, there was a story that happened recently. There was a story. There was a story that happened recently that I'm not at liberty.
You are not at liberty to share that story. The Sunday story.
But the thing is, she tried to blame it on me. Well, here's the thing. I called my brother and I was like, yo, let me tell you what mama did. And so then my cousin, I was actually in the car with mama, and my cousin had called and was like, so is something going on, Aunt Beverly? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, Joe told me to call you. And mama was like, well, yeah, listen.
I didn't tell the story. I just told her to call.
Like, Mom, I just told Bible study brother. Like, I just told him because I couldn't keep it to myself. I didn't tell him to tell our cousin. I did not. And she was like, oh, he didn't tell me. I was like, well, Mom, if you want to share the story with her, you can. But I'm out of it. Leave me out of it. So I'm grateful that we always have a good time laughing with each other. And our relationship has definitely transitioned over time. It's definitely transitioned and grown, and I'm grateful for that. Like I said before, I realized everybody doesn't have it, so I'm super grateful that we have that connection. That's my homie. Like, we do life together. I sleep in her bed,
and has always slept in her bed. Like the
not always. Here lately, when we go on trips, she'll be like, don't come over here. Like, you a hater, man. Like, just let me get in the bed with you. And she won't. But like, she'll let me get in her bed at her house. But like, if we're on vacation, she'll be like, stay over there. I need my space.
And you want to know why? Because BSG sleep talks and will have full conversations with you. Like, not like full conversations, which she is somehow given to Bible study wife, or Kanae. Or maybe she always had it. It's just weird. Like, they have these full conversations all the way with you. And the thing with my mama, to bring it back to my mama, the last little funny thing, my mama be knocked out. but she don't be so asleep that you can't wake her up. But the way she wakes up is like you done broke some glass and broken her every time. Like, it's how she gonna wake up, and it's just funny to me. But I love my doodle, my mubs, my mama bear, my mama bee.
I love my mommy.
Because
I love my mommy. She's the best.
Great. She's just great. Like, she raised two amazing children, regardless of what she may think sometimes, and try to like condemn herself for like, girl, all parents make mistakes. Like, and your mistakes ain't nothing that made us be like, turn to a life of crime. We were more like, turn to a life of Jesus. And here we are, because you were just an amazing guide to what it is like to be a servant. So much so that I be like, I don't know that I can serve like that, because good Lord, that is some serving you doing.
She definitely is a servant. She has a servant's heart. She's a giver. She has a giver's heart. She gives. And you can definitely tell that about her. She's a very special woman. This girl is on fire. We love you, Mama. We thank her every day.
Oh my God, I just lost all the breath in my body, yo. I'm dizzy. I like the way that was amazing. I could think of it.
This is I had to bring the music back. You know what I'm saying? We started off with the music. I would like for this to be cohesive. So brought the music back. Mom, we love you. We appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day. I don't have anything to give you monetarily or like gift wise. So just know that I really appreciate you, and I'm thankful the Lord birthed me through you. You're the real deal, sis.
And thank you, Mother dear, for giving me or already having a sibling ready for me to teach and guide me along the way. And thank you for being a mom who encouraged our partnership and just sibling love over just petty anything. I'm thankful that you are steadfast in your belief and in your love of us. Thank you for all your support. And thank you for reading the blog posts that are always on BibleStudyGirl.com. If you want to follow us on the socials, you can go to BibleStudyGirl, 2 on Twitter, on Instagram _BibleStudyGirl, on Facebook. Follow the Bible Study Girl Facebook page. You will be updated on blog posts, videos, and any other events and things that we have going along the way. You can message us about being a guest, or a prayer request if you have any. And another way to do that is using our email, BibleStudyGirl2019@gmail.com. The YouTube link is down in the description. Remember, guys, it's not wallowing in sin that preaches, but we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mama, you know.